The Prime Minister hosted the German Chancellor for a bilateral meeting as part of a farewell tour before Ms. Merkel steps down later this year. Last week Ms. Merkel was pushing for the EU to block UK tourists from travelling to the continent for holidays due to the rise in COVID cases. Today the Prime Minister pressed his counterpart to drop the proposals. Ms. Merkel and Mr. Johnson held talks on deepening UK-German relations before the Chancellor was given the privilege of giving a virtual address to the British cabinet. She is the first foreign leader to address the cabinet since US President Bill Clinton did so in 1997 at the invitation of then Prime Minister Tony Blair. The pair discussed holding annual joint meetings of the UK and German cabinets to strengthen ties and the establishment of youth exchanges. However, while not officially on the agenda, coronavirus travel restrictions dominated the talks. Speaking to reporters afterwards, Ms. Merkel defended the decision to force travellers from Britain to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival and said for now would remain the same. I assume that in the foreseeable future those who have been vaccinated twice will be able to travel again without going into quarantine, she said. The Chancellor added it was not just Germany that had strict rules but other countries too. She told the press conference, "Let me point out yet again, it is not only Germany that has imposed restrictions. The United Kingdom too has done quite a lot to protect its own citizens and that is a continuous learning process that we undergo. We have to adjust it time and again to the most recent developments." Yesterday there were nearly 28,000 new COVID cases in the UK, with the vast majority being from the new Delta variant. Ms. Merkel has been keen to try and limit the spread of the variant in Germany but conceded today the mutant strain was spreading through the country. She said, "We have adopted certain protective measures when we were not so familiar with the Delta variant. We now see that the share of the Delta variant in Germany is increasing very rapidly." Mr. Johnson is thought to have pointed to the UK's vaccination rate to argue the strict measures are unnecessary. So far more than 85% of the adult population has had at least one COVID jab, while over 62% have had 2 doses. Very few of those who have received 2 jabs of a COVID vaccine have been hospitalized or died from the virus. The Prime Minister told reports it was great to hear Ms. Merkel's comments on future travel and it sounds as though progress is being made. Mr. Johnson is the 5th Prime Minister Ms. Merkel has met in the top job in Germany, having visited the UK 22 times since taking office in 2005. The Conservative leader greeted Merkel with an elbow bump on the steps of Chequers before inviting her inside for a working lunch. The Buckinghamshire House is the official country estate of the Prime Minister and has regularly been used as the backdrop for bilateral meetings with world leaders.